Good morning, dear students. Today we are in the second chapter of geography, landforms. In this chapter, we are going to study about different types of landforms. So, in your previous classes, maybe you have studied about the realms of the earth. There are mainly four realms of the earth: lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. In your sixth class, you will study about two realms, that is atmosphere and biosphere. You will study in seventh class, and this class we will study the most important one, that is lithosphere and hydrosphere. So this chapter landforms are about lithosphere and some features which we see on the land surface. Lithosphere means all that things which we see on the land surface like mountain, plain, plateaus, etc. So in this part of our video, we are going to study about a very small portion of our chapter, just a single paragraph. But that paragraph consists of so many new words which you are seeing for the first time. So let's see some of the words, that mountains, hill, plateaus, plains, valleys. Maybe you have studied about all these things earlier. Canyons, gorges, seas, gulf, peninsula, ridges, volcanoes, gulfs, bays. All these are some of the important new words which you are going to study in this chapter. And along with that, when you study in the next coming chapters also, you will see this type of words again and again. So it is necessary for you to understand each and everything and to understand about the difference between them. Usually we use the word sea and ocean for the same water body, like that canyons, gorges, etc. Then mountains are of different type, like volcanic mountains, then block mountains and fold mountains, etc. So usually if we are not knowing more about geography, like weather and climate, we use it in the same phase. But it is not necessary that that we have to use it in a perfect way. So after seeing this video and after seeing what is the difference between each and everything, we'll understand more about that. So it's very important. Watch this video carefully. In that, each and everyone is given a detail in a PowerPoint presentation. So watch this video. In that, we'll study about what is a mountain, what is the difference between a mountain and a hill, plain, plateaus, and all other different types of water bodies, sea, gulf, bays, etc. And we'll study about each and everything. So let's move to the PowerPoint presentation. So just to see the realms of the earth, there are mainly four realms of earth. Now what are these realms? Realms means there are four different earth, whatever things which we see in the earth, we divide it into four categories. Like we in our science we study that living and non-living things, like that in the earth also we divide the things into four categories, and they are realms of the earth. The first one is called lithosphere, then hydrosphere, atmosphere, and biosphere. Now we'll see in detail what these are. The first one is called the lithosphere. Lithosphere means the landmass. All the landmass like mountain, plain, plateaus, valleys, whatever we see on the earth crust, we call it as the lithosphere. It comes under the part of lithosphere. So lithosphere means landmass. Second one is hydrosphere. Hydrosphere means water bodies. All the water bodies on the earth like oceans, seas, lakes, rivers, ponds, all the water bodies comes under hydrosphere. Next one is called the atmosphere. Atmosphere consists of all the gases or air along with water vapor. Oxygen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, etc. along with water vapor, we call it as atmosphere. What we see on above us means on the atmosphere, whatever see it's it air and all the gases, we together call it as atmosphere. Now biosphere. Biosphere is little bit different from all the other three, because where the life exists, that is a part of biosphere. In lithosphere also we can see biosphere. For example, like human beings, animals, plants, all these things lives in land, and that is a part of biosphere. In hydrosphere also we can see biosphere, that is all the marine animals, fishes, all these marine plant, weeds, etc. comes under hydrosphere.
and it's also a part of biosphere. Now the third one is atmosphere. In the air also we can see so many birds and insects, etc., and that is also where the life is there, that comes under biosphere. So we can say that in lithosphere also biosphere is there, in hydrosphere also biosphere is there, and in atmosphere also we can see biosphere. So biosphere is a combination of all the three. So in all the three realms, first three realms we can see biosphere. Where the life exists, that is biosphere. So I think you understood about what are the realms of the earth. So in your class 6 we are learning about lithosphere and hydrosphere. In your 7th we will study about atmosphere and biosphere in detail. So let's start our chapter. Where about what is our name of our chapter? It is landforms. So what are landforms? We'll see what is a landform here. Okay, before that you have to see what is a landform. Landforms are a natural feature of the solid surface of the earth. They are like a natural feature of the solid, whatever solid surface means, the land where we walk, where we plant trees, where we do agricultural activities. All these things are part of landforms. For example, mountains, plains, plateaus, all these are called the landforms. Now, landforms consist of so many things like mountain, hill, plain, plateaus, canyons, gorges, etc. We'll study each and every one in detail. We'll see and understand that what all these things are. So you can see the picture, and I'll explain that what it is, and you can understand that. So let's start with the first one, that is mountains. So what are mountains? In simple words, we can say that mountains are large landforms that rises above the surrounding land, and they are in a limited area, usually in the form of a peak, etc. And they are usually steep, and they are steep than a hill, and it is continual. For example, Himalayan ranges, Aravallis, all these are rocky mountains, all Alps, etc. Some examples of mountains. Now you can see the image of mountain here, and the next one is a hill. Both look almost similar, but we cannot say any official difference for a mountain or a hill, but slight differences are there. Hills, they are landforms that extend above the surrounding terrain. You can see that they are a raised area from the surrounding terrain, means that landform. From the landform they are raised one. And in simple words, we can say their difference between hill and mountain. They are easy to climb, but they are less steep. They are not that much continuous, and they are not that much rocky. Like that, we can say some examples as their difference, but we cannot say there is no official definition which states that there is some difference between a mountain and a hill. So you can see the hill here. And now moving to the next part. Here you can see a plateau. From the image itself, you can understand that it is a raised area and the top portion is flat. In the smaller classes, we have studied plateau as a tableland. We call the plateau as a tableland. So plateau is a flat, that's an elevated landform that rises sharply above the surrounding area. And sometimes it is raised area will be on the single side, and sometimes from all the sides. It is not said that every side should be raised. Sometimes it will be raised from one side, and sometimes from all the sides, but the top portion will be flat. That's a plateau. You can see the image here of a plateau. Now the next one is a plain. What are plains? Plains are the low-lying land, and they are very fertile, and there are different types of plains are there, like alluvial plain, flood plain, coastal plain, etc. And they are flat landmass, and they are broad area, and they are relatively flat. They are very fertile. Plains are considered as the most fertile part, and there are so many grasslands like savannas, pampas, etc. are there, and these plains are very fertile and good for agriculture. Now the next one is canyons. What are canyons? I think you have heard about a Grand Canyon, the biggest one. and it's in North America. And the canyons are deep, narrow valley with steep sides. It is formed by a process of long time erosion, and this Grand Canyon is formed by Colorado River, and this canyons are usually formed by the erosion done by the rivers. And they are some called as a valleys, which you can see the valleys here. They are do happening due to the erosion activities. Now the gorges. The next one is gorges. Gorges are also looks like they are also a type of narrow valley, but they are narrow and with steep sides. They are made up of rocky mountains, hard mountains, and located between hills and mountains, but they are comparatively smaller than a canyon. They are narrow valleys and they are steep. You can see the image here. It's a steep one and made up of hard rock, so erosion doesn't happen like a canyon. It's difficult for the water bodies to do erosion because they are made up of hard rocks. That is the main difference between canyon and gorge. Canyons on the one side made up of soft rocks, and erosion happens very fast. In compared to that, gorges are made up of hard rocks, and they are smaller than a canyon. Now the next one is a valley. Valleys, I think you have heard about different types of valleys: V-shaped valley, U-shaped valleys, flat flowed valleys, etc. So what is a valley? Valley is a lower part of the land. It is usually between two hills or mountains. We can see in the image itself, it is between a valley is a place which is between two mountains, and in most of the valleys we can see rivers flowing, and it's a very beautiful place to see, and tourist attraction, etc. So valleys can be seen between two mountains and hills, and they are lower part of a land which is between two highland. That is a main important thing. They are lowland between two highlands. Now the next one is called a bay. What are bays? You can see the image of a bay here, and it is an inlet along the shoreline of a body of water. It is a coastal body of water that directly connects to a larger main body of water such as ocean, lake, etc. So it joins with a bigger water body. Now the Gulf, it's a large bay, and it's we cannot say there is an exact difference between bay and a gulf. To an extent, difference is there. Comparatively, we can say that gulfs are larger in size, shape, and they are deep than a bay. So now we can see a gulf. They are larger than a bay, and you can see the inlet is also more. The water comes penetrate into the land. Now what is the exact difference between bay and a gulf? A bay is a water body, and along with that gulf is also like that, and it is surrounded by land but not as enclosed as a gulf. Bay is not that much enclosed as a gulf, and a bay has a wider opening. You can see here the bay has a wider opening than a gulf. Compared to that, the gulf is having a small opening, but the depth and the size is more. Now this is the difference between a bay and a gulf. Now we'll see the next one, a peninsula. What is a peninsula? A peninsula is a piece of land which is covered three sides by water body and one side by land. So that is a peninsula. India is a peninsula country. We usually study that India is a peninsula. How it is a peninsula? Because it is covered three sides by water body, and on the top it is covered by a landmass. Himalayan mountains are there on the top. So India is a peninsula. So what is a peninsula? A peninsula is a landmass which is covered three sides by water body and one side by land. So I think you understood about peninsula. You can see the bottom portion of of India, and you can see the water body which covers three sides. Now the next portion is, what is a sea? What is a sea? It's a water body. you have studied about sea and ocean. Now just we can for understanding more about sea and ocean, we'll see that what is an ocean. Oceans are deep water bodies. They are 5 in number. They are Pacific Ocean, Indian Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, etc. And what makes a sea different from ocean? Seas are always accompanied by a land, or it is a play. Seas can be seen nearby the land mass. Nearby India we can see Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, etc. Like that, it's seas are always nearby the landmass. Seas are found on the margin of ocean and are partially enclosed by land. Some most of the seas can be seen nearby the land, like Northern Sea, Adriatic Sea, Aegean Sea, Black Sea, Dead Sea, Red Sea, Mediterranean Sea. Like that, there are so many seas are there, and these seas are almost always near a landmass. And now moving to the next part, it is ridges. What are ridges? Ridges are a chain of mountains or hills that form a continuous elevated crust for some distance. You can see the continuous elevated crust. You can see it as in a triangular shape. It is a continuous one. And now what makes the ridge different from a mountain? Ridges has a continuous crust and a single ridge. Compared to that, mountain ranges usually consist of many small ridges. So mountains are having small ridges. Along with that, they are steep and they are continuous one. But ridges, we call, you can see in this image, it's given clearly that pointed part. The ridges have the continuous crest and a single ridge line. There will be a ridge line. And so mountains and ridges are different. Mountains are steep and they are usually consist of many small ridges. Now, what are volcanoes? I think you have studied, you have heard, seen many pictures and images of volcanoes. It's a volcanic mountain and you can see the smoke coming out, and after some time it bursts and lava and that molten metal comes out. Volcanoes happens when magma rises to the surface of the earth and it bursts and it comes out. And this volcanic mountains are, there are 3 types. They are dormant, active and extinct volcanoes. Every volcanic mountain never burst, and sometimes some volcanic mountains are there, they are extinct, they never burst. And this type of volcanic mountains are formed in those areas where the land is weak and the molten metal comes out in the form of lava, and volcanic mountains are formed. Now the last portion is called the Great Ocean Basins. What are these ocean basins? You can see in that image, that red color, that is ocean crust, and the next side is continental crust. That means continental crust means the area which comes, or the landmass which comes under the landmass, and the oceanic crust means the portion or the landmass which comes under the water body. When we usually study about hydrosphere and lithosphere, we feel that hydrosphere means hydrosphere, it is another thing, and lithosphere is another. But sometimes children used to ask that, is there a lithosphere under hydrosphere? Yes, lithosphere is there under hydrosphere. Means landmass is there. Where the landmass is there, that portion we can call it as a lithosphere. In under the sea, under the ocean, we can see the landmass. There is continent and that oceanic crust under the water body. So that landmass which comes in the land, we call it as continental crust, and under the water body we call it as oceanic crust. So there is lithosphere under the water body. So that is called the oceanic basin. You can see the relief features. There are ups and downs are there. Sometimes its depth moves from 3 to 5 kilometer. Large ocean basins are having 3 to 5 kilometers deep, and these basins are the basement of water body. Under the seas and oceans we can see the continental crust. So this is the first topic which we are learning in this chapter. It's a very small portion in your textbook, just 2 paragraphs only, but I have to explain it because each word is not familiar for you. That's why I explained it like that. So I think you have enjoyed and watched all this. You understood what all these things are. In the coming chapters and in coming portion, when we used to say each word, that is bay, gulf, valley, gorge, etc., you have to, these pictures have to come to your mind and the explanation. So more than once you just listen this video, understand it, and you can comment the doubts, or if you want to know more or understand, you can ask in the comment box in the YouTube. And if any doubts are there, you can ask, then understand it, because these each and every word is necessary for you till you learn geography. Every word, each and every word, valley, bay, gulf, sea, peninsula, everything is important, so understand it clearly. So I've taken this much time for finishing just 2 paragraphs, so understand it properly. And in the next video we'll start with the forces that helps in the making of such type of landforms. Before that, first chapter is over. We have you have written the question answers, we have discussed fill up questions, and everything is over. So in the next class, along with the class video, I'll upload a question paper for the first chapter. You can write a test. The test will be of 25 marks, and you can write the test. You can check it yourself or with the help of your parents or your brother or sister, and study well and wait for the next video. Along with that, I'll upload the question paper. So learn and prepare for the test. Thank you.